gratitude.
How can I express my gratitude
For all the many things,
you
Father, you done for me, yeah.
Words are not enough to say thank you.
So Lord, you are,
Lord,
you
you're
are.
my everything.
Say, I call you Zion.
You're my provider.
I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey.
You are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are.
Hello, good afternoon to you, lovely, lovely people in the community. This is a community and the law. We have gotten into April and things are moving so fast and you need to catch up. Changes have come. What are they? What are the ramifications of the changes when it comes to immigration law here in the UK? And what are the opportunities that are available whenever there is a change? This evening, on this edition of the program, we are going to look at one of the changes that have come, skilled worker route. What has happened now? How the new skilled worker route creates new opportunities and challenges are going to be in the focus of discussion this afternoon. And remember, we're coming your way courtesy BWF Solicitors. My name is Oreku Frimpong. Let's get into it together.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Welcome to another edition of the Community and the Law, and we're coming your way live on BWTV and streaming on the platforms BWF Solicitors Facebook, BWF Solicitors YouTube, and BWTV Facebook and YouTube. My name is Oreku Frimpong, and I have the honor and the privilege of hosting this event, which is running between now and 6 p.m. 2 hours of solid critical discussion when it comes to the law. We want to say thank you to BWF Solicitors for giving us the opportunity to come your way every now and then, especially every Saturday afternoon when it is that we have lawyers, solicitors from the organization come to help us discuss and also unravel some of the mysteries when it comes to immigration matters here in the UK and all aspects of the law. This afternoon, we're looking at one very critical part of the changes that have come in the immigration guidelines and updates here in the UK. Skilled worker route. Who is a skilled worker? That route, what does it give to people who would want to move from another country into the UK to work? Now, how the new skilled worker route creates the new opportunities and challenges are going to be in focus this afternoon. And I have the honor of introducing our resource person, who is the senior partner of the organization that supports us, BWF Solicitors. With over 30 years of legal experience here in the UK and even in Ghana, he is on top of all the issues. And this afternoon, you have the benefit of his experience and knowledge as well. Mr. Bernard Osu is our resource person, senior partner, BWF Solicitors. Uncle Ben, good afternoon. Well, we'll be bringing him on pretty soon because there are things that I need to really highlight, and we get to that. But in the meantime, what I want to say is, if you visit them Monday to Friday between 9:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening, you have the chance of getting your issues resolved, your applications put in, and all the other bits when it comes to legal matters sorted out for you. They speak your language, they know the law, they have the experience, and of course, they have the return that suits you. 99, almost 100% success in all the applications they do. Mr. Bernard Osu is a senior partner. Let me welcome him once again. Again, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, Kwaku.
Thank you very much, and we're so privileged to have you from your kingly abode. How's the family?
Everyone is doing absolutely well. We're doing very well, and I'm sure today, as the weather is out, clearly brings a lot of joy and happiness. We're
Definitely.
almost entering the summer holidays, and that's what we're all looking forward to.
Well, it's very warm this afternoon here in London. There's about 16, 17 degrees. The first time we're having such in the year 2024. We're talking about the changes, Uncle Ben, and I know that things have really gone live. We have had the 11th of March, the 4th of April has come and gone, and we'll be looking at all those things. But viewers, let's take what it is that we can update ourselves with. This came up earlier in the week. It was thrown in there, and it's a nugget. Selecting the wrong visa category may affect your status. What is it that we are saying? We say that when contemplating visa applications, always ensure that the forms being submitted are the prescribed ones and that all mandatory sections are completed. In some instances, the application will be refused and your status may be affected, especially if your leave expired during the intervening period. The courts have also said that the cover letter supporting the application should explain what application is being made and why you're making that. Maybe I'll add. If in doubt, always ask an expert. Now, this is coming from the case Sidika and Entry Clearance Officer 2024 case, and that's what I was looking at. Let me go over to Uncle Ben and ask, why has this become the focus of discussion, where people would have to look at the form, complete the correct one. Your letter that covers it should explain what application that is being made. And obviously, my advice would be, if in doubt, always ask an expert. I don't know whether you are familiar with that, but I will be taking you through that. In the meantime, earlier this week, we had one of our very own nominated and declared as the Worker of the Month. So Sandra Fraser, congratulations to you. You are the Worker of the Month. And we would want to say that you being our brand ambassador, we honor you, we appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you doubt what I'm saying, later on when we introduce people, when we bring up the comments, you see that she is right there in the thick of it, telling people what to do, what number to call, and where to even go to see BWF solicitors. In the meantime, let me tell you where you can find BWF solicitors. They're on the fourth floor of the other house, 214 to 218 on the Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, North London, N15 4NP. You can call them 0208 493 7340 or the emergency number 077 127 61884. It's always right that we give them credit. So let's take our message and we'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying. Yes, I mentioned that if you are making an application, definitely you would have to select the right form and do the correct things. What is the right form? How do you even determine that you're picking and completing the right form? Let me go over to Uncle Ben and ask that question so we can have some expert explanation and what's happening. Uncle Ben.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, when you look at the law, what you have to look at is the validity of an application, and that is set out under the immigration rules, paragraph 34. So paragraph 34 will tell you what forms you need and what other information that you need to put on. Clearly, if the form that you've filled or the application that you've made is not valid, we looked at it last week, it causes a problem under the rules. And when you're counting your lawful residence, usually towards the 10 years, because the 39E discards your overstay, you will not be refused, but you will not have done the time that you felt that you've done. And that's why it's critical that anyone who is completing an application form, you need to be very careful and make sure that one, you're completing the prescribed form, and two, that you're providing the necessary mandatory information, and three, that you're paying for all the other things that they've asked you to pay, including if you're doing skilled migrant, you've paid the ISC, which is the immigration skills charge, you've paid the IH, immigration health surcharge, and then you've paid the correct fee as well. Sometimes people don't realize that these things are critical. For example, when you're going to pay your IHS or your ISC, you have to count the number of years that you're applying for. So if it's 2.5 years, it's 2.5 years. If it's skilled migrant and you're doing an ISC and it's 3 years, you pay about 1,000 and over. If it's 5 years, you pay 1,008 and over. So it's very critical that whatever application form you're completing, you complete a relevant form, the prescribed form, you provide the relevant information, you pay the relevant fee, and then you make sure that whatever they've asked you to do, you do, else your application will become invalid, as we will see in the question for this week's nugget.
Well, Ankaman, then I would ask if, for instance, I'm completing a form as a visitor to the UK and I go online, is there anything that will indicate that this is the form that I have to complete? Or I would have to arm myself with that knowledge before I can do that? Yeah, I think the network is playing up a bit. But my question is there anything that will indicate online that I'm completing, for instance, a visitor's visa application?
Yes, so if you're completing a form, there are preliminary questions that it will ask to determine which area you're applying for. For example, if you're doing 10 years indefinite leave, you could possibly be completing from LR, set LR, instead of maybe set family, adult family dependent.
Okay.
Although they ask for similar information and the fee is the same, they're not the same. So the Home Office has realized that people make those mistakes. So the information they've given out is that where somebody completes the wrong form, in that particular instance, not every instance, they need to alert you so that you complete the relevant form.
Okay. All right. Then would you advise that people seek expert advice or ask experts the question rather than thinking that they can go ahead and do that? Because, for instance, the particular one example you cited, you may think that is the same, but it's not the same. And they'll come back to you, ask you to correct the form, and by then you're counting towards your number of days and validity, and all the other things may go against you. Would you advise explicitly that we should seek expert advice rather than do it on our own?
Oh, not at all. I mean, in a typical year, the Home Office receives millions of applications. If all these millions are going to lawyers, clearly it's going to cause a lot of mayhem. My advice is that, just seek knowledge. You can seek knowledge through what we do on a weekly basis. 3 times, you can read articles, you can ask questions. As I'm speaking to you, you will not see it, but I'm actually nursing a thumb injury from all the work that I do on my phone.
Sorry.
When people ask questions and I try to answer them.
Well, listen, we all need to compensate Uncle Ben for this. But the knowledge is pretty important. And as he has advised, arm yourself with the knowledge. Listen to what we say and what we do on this program. Try to do it yourself. But I'll always add that if in doubt, always ask an expert. When completing visa applications, always ensure that forms being submitted are the prescribed ones and that all mandatory sections are completed. In some instances, the application will be refused and your status may be affected, especially if your leave expired during the intervening period. The courts have said that the cover letter supporting the application should explain what application is being made. And I'll repeat and say again, if in doubt, always ask an expert. And I'll direct you to BWF Solicitors 0208 493 7340 or 077 127 61884. Now, this afternoon, we are going to have a very interesting discussion. The skilled worker route is become something that people have gotten one familiar with, are falling in love with, have asked questions about it. Now, there's a new skilled worker route. What has changed from the old one? What opportunities and challenges have been created by the new one? We'll be getting into that because we have the expert, Mr. Bernard Owusu. Uncle Ben is here. And we're doing this courtesy BWF Solicitors. Those of you, my brothers and sisters, friends, and our clients and allies who have joined us online, I want to say thank you very much. Let me quickly acknowledge a few of you before we take a break and come straight into our discussion. And the very first person, Tilly Duma, hello, lovely family. Thank you very much. We have Sandra Fraser. I mentioned earlier on when I mentioned that she has won the Worker of the Month of March 2024. I said to you that she would be doing what she does so very well, and she's doing that. Sandra, thank you very much. And she says, good evening, viewers, and the fellow viewers, please share when you join. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you as well, Sandra. Thank you very much. Next, we have Kataleya Kenisa Mali. Good evening. Kataleya, you wanted to ask a question. Yes, you can type your question on the comment section on Facebook. We'll pick it up and ask lawyer for you. So don't be scared. You can't have that. Well, Sandra brings in the various numbers of lawyers here at BWF Solicitor. We have lawyer Eunice, lawyer Charles Asma, Deborah. Office number, as I've said, 02084937340, and the emergency 077 127 61884. You can send an email to admin at bwfsolicitors.com. They're on the 4th floor of Vienna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, North London, N15 4NP. For advice on all the other bits, please contact BWF Solicitors. Rebecca Mwako, thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. You say, Nana Jimai, good afternoon, family. How are you? Understand you're organizing some barbecue. Invite me, because if you don't, you'll be in trouble with me. That's just by the by. Ramanana Sewa, good evening, everyone. Rama, good evening to you as well. We have next Queen Rosie Owusu. Hello, family. Queenie, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Na Mayeti Show. Good evening, fellow citizens. And I want to remind you that the Mayeti Show comes up on Facebook, YouTube every Sunday between 2 p.m. UK time and 5 p.m. UK time, which will be 1 p.m. GMT. So watch out for that tomorrow afternoon. And you'll be having an Uncle Ben there speaking the Ga language. 2 questions have come in. I will pick them up. Okay. My question is regarding my landlord. Yeah, Kataleya will be answering that when Ben finishes the discussion. We'll be doing that. Okay, now let's take another break and say thank you to BWF Solicitors. And when we come back, we'll delve into the discussion. It's the community and the law.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking around. So get your questions ready. You can text them to 2084668, sorry, 07399208468 is at the bottom of your screen. And send a WhatsApp and a voice note or text to 07950 422780. But when the lines are active, you can pick up the phone and call 0208 493 7345. Now let's delve into the discussion now. The new skilled worker route. What now? So it tells me that something has existed and something has changed. What has changed? What challenges have they posed? What opportunities have there been? Uncle Ben, the skilled worker route, has anything changed?
Yes, Kweku, very significant changes, and it's very important that we understand it. I mean, I myself have been struggling. Usually I pull these new laws together and try and make sense and bring it to our people, because they are the reason why we're spending
We're doing what we're doing,
a
yeah.
lot of time to make sure that we understand this. So what has changed? What has changed is that on the 4th of April, as we all know, the skilled migrant route changed considerably, in the sense that the codes were changed, and the most significant change was the income. And the income or the salary is very critical in the award of points. We know that you need a mandatory points of 50 plus 20, and the 20 will come from your salary. So the skilled worker route, as we know, usually will have what we called the 20 points for relevant occupation, 20 points for sponsorship, 10 points for English, and then we have 20 points for salary. So the salary is what has changed. The other part is what we called the occupation list, or the standard occupation classification code, which is usually the four-digit numbers that comes before the occupation or after the occupation. And when you're making an application, that will be the reference point. That has changed as well. So for example, for care, which was 6145, is now 6135. And then for senior care, which was 6146, is now 6136. The income, which used to be £10.70, is now £11.90. So those are very significant. The other thing that we note is that a lot of the shortage occupation codes have been removed from 50 to 21. And the name of the shortage occupation is now changed. It's now called Immigration Salary List. The 20% discount for the shortage occupation has been retained. But the complexity of the route is found in the last 20 points, making the 70, which is the income. And they call it tradable points. So there are 5 main areas. So we've got the options from A, B, C, D, and E. And then we've got F to J, and then we've got K. That is where the confusion is. I will take my time to go through this a bit. So the A, B, C, D, E, when you make an application, you need to fall, if you make application now, you need to fall amongst one of the 5.
Okay.
If you're already in the route of the skilled migrant route, then you need to fall within the F to the J. If you're working for the National Health Service, then you need to fall under K. So what is A, B, C, D, E options? The
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E options, the first one is 38,700, and that applies to almost everything. So
Okay.
all the 2020 SOC codes come under option A. And the salary you need, the going rate is £15.98, which gives you a £38,700 per annum.
Okay.
Then the trading points starts. So the B is for people who have relevant PhD in the area that they work.
Okay.
So if you're doing, usually it will be a research, it will be lecturing, it will be some other job that requires a very high threshold of qualification. And if you've got a relevant PhD for the route, then you get a 10% discount, and that is option B. Then the option C is if you've got a PhD in STEM, and as we know, STEM stands for science, technology,
Engineering, and
engineering,
mathematics.
electronic, and then mathematics. So STEM, S for science, T for technology, E for engineering, and then M for mathematics. Now I always get confused. The E, I sometimes say electronics or engineering, but we know it's engineering. So now, if you've got a PhD in a relevant, with a relevant qualification. So somebody, well, Uncle Ben, I've got a PhD, but I'm doing care. Please, no. The PhD, unless it's relevant to the work you're doing, it doesn't count. You get 20% off.
Okay.
So the 38,700, you get 20% off. And then the C is for what we call the immigration skills, immigration salary list, which previously was called a shortage occupation.
Okay.
You get 20% discount.
So that does it mean that if the occupation is on that list, you get 20% discount?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just by way of, so that we don't lose track, let me see if I can recount. 38,000. The amount of money you should earn is A.
Yes, 38,700.
700. Then PhD in the relevant area would get you 20% discount as well.
10%.
10%.
Yes.
Okay. Now the third one, which is another 20%, is PhD in the STEM area: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
That's correct.
Then the fourth one is your area should fall on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
It falls on the list, and then it should fall on the immigration salary list,
Okay.
and you get 20%. But this is where the confusion starts.
That's
So
right.
from what I've said, care is on the salary list.
Okay.
If care is on the salary list, and you're now going on care, Kweku, what do you think the salary list is? We say 20%.
20%.
So 20% of 38,700 will give you 30,000, about 400. But I will explain why there's a confusion. And that's what I'm saying. It's very, very complex, and everybody needs to be careful.
Okay.
Then we've done A, B, C, D. The E is for new entrants.
Okay.
And then the new entrants get 30% off. So anybody who is under 26 years, anybody who's switching directly from student to skilled worker, there's something called ASHE. The ASHE is ASHE, which is the annual survey of salary and earnings. Sorry, annual survey of hours and earnings, ASHE.
Okay.
The ASHE is the standard survey of what incomes are in the UK, the hourly rate. And that is normally done by the ONS, which is the Office of National Statistics.
Statistics.
They
Yeah.
are the same people who create the Standard Occupation Classification Code, which is the sub code. So, for example, care is 6135, the sub code for care is 6135. And the salary rate from F to J is for people who are making applications before 2030 and were on the route by the 4th of April 2024. Their salary is totally different. So when you look at F, again, it's the usual rate. You look at G, it's the PhD, but for those, and that salary is for those who were already in the skilled migrant route by the 4th of April. And then you've got you've got F, you've got G, H is for PhD in STEM, I is for immigration salary lists, and then J is for new entrant. Their salary is different. So that is why I'm saying it's complex. Then there's K, which is the last option. K is for people who are working for the NHS and education. So when you check the salary at 38.7, most of the people who are working in the NHS and also education for certain profession will not be earning that salary. And that is why they've created an option for them called option K. So today, if you're making an application, if you're not on the salary list, you're not applying for a position which a PhD is relevant for, you're not applying for a position which a PhD in STEM is relevant for, you're not on the shortage occupation, and you're not a new entrant, your salary is 38,700. It doesn't matter what group you are. It doesn't matter whether you're a carpenter or whether you're a mason or whether the only way you can get a discount is if you have a PhD relevant, STEM PhD relevant, skilled, immigration skills, and then new entrant. Or you are already on the route and you're renewing your visa or you're switching with the same employer, or you are already on that profession and you're going for another one. That will bring you from the F to the J. And then the final one is whether new or old is for people who are on the K. Now, having said this, you would have thought that's complex enough. But there's also what we called the annex. So the tables, there's a table 1, which is everybody. There's a table 2, which is for the B to E. And then there's a table 2B, which is also for the C. And then there's a table 3, which is for NHS people, the table 4, table 5, and table 6.
I'm bursting into laughter because all these categories, annexes, tables, and all that, please, the name alone confuses me. So
That's
then,
right.
why would I bother myself and to do that? But
So,
you're helping us understand it.
yes.
What is going through my mind quickly is this: does it mean that if, for instance, I am a construction worker,
Yes.
I'm tempted not to include plasterers because you have always said that the plasterers have been taking off their thing. But for instance, I am a chef that has come to work here because I've found employment, I've got a contract. Obviously, they may not be paying me up to 38,700. In that case, I am disqualified one way or the other. Am I correct?
Yes, very cool. So I'm going to ask Adai to share the first table where I'm going to then break it down a bit more. Because once the table is there, people will now have a visual idea of the A to E and then the F to J, the K, the salaries are 8.7, and then the care salary, which is 23,200. and then the hourly rate is £11.90 instead of £15.85. So Adai, if you don't mind, share the first table, and then Kweku, this is a new law, and this
Okay.
started on the 1st of April. On the 4th of April. Adai, so let's go to the first one I showed you. Take your time. Take your time. Let's go to the top again. Okay. Let's go to the top, the very top. Okay. So, Kweku, now,
Yes.
this is a skilled worker route, and it says it's for employer to recruit for people from outside the UK or within the UK. Then it says a skilled worker is a route to settlement. And then SW means skilled worker A1.1. For the purposes of this appendix, health and care ASHI salary job means a job in one of the following. And there's a reason why they're using the ASHI, which is the annual survey of hours and income
And earnings. Yeah.
list. Okay. This is what they've prescribed as being the health service. So if you're not one of this, you're not there. Adai, let's go. Let's go to 4.1. Yes. So, Kweku, now,
Yes.
did you, when I was explaining, I did say that they are mandatory 50 plus 20. You
Yes.
see, the first 50, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody will achieve that. The person who's employed you must be a sponsor. The job must be at the appropriate skill level. And the final one is English. Everybody knows this. Now, the confusion starts from 4.2. And when we read 4.2, Kweku, please read it for us.
The applicant must be awarded 20 points from one of the options in the table below. And for the purpose of meeting these points, A, an applicant can only be awarded points from options A to E unless they meet the requirements in B or C. B.
Okay, so let's stop there.
Okay.
Let's stop there. So A to E, the income starts from 38,700 to 30,300. Okay? So that is where, to be frank, that's it. If we pause here, this is what everybody should be paying their new recruits. If we pause here.
Okay.
If we pause here. So, Kweku, you see the significant change from where people were being paid £10.70, £11.90, £12.50 to 38,700. But there is what we call a conjunctive qualification. Kweku, let's read the conjunctive.
An applicant can only be awarded points from options F to J if I, they are being sponsored for health and care ASHI salary job, or
Okay, let's stop there. So you see, they've taken care from that route and they've put them on an exception. So they said the applicant must be awarded 20 points from one of the options in the table below, and for the purposes of meeting these points. The applicant can only be awarded points from A to E. A to E is from 38,700 to 30,200. But they go on to say, unless the applicant can only be awarded points from A to E, unless we meet our friend unless again, they meet either B or C. Kweku, what is B?
an applicant can only be awarded points from options F to J if they are being sponsored for a health and care ASHI salary job, or
That is one. So that is one.
yes,
So you need to be sponsored for health and care ASHI salary job. The ASHI salary is the annual survey of hour and earnings.
earnings.
We know what it is. Or, so the or, Kweku, what does the or mean?
So it's either one or the other.
Absolutely. What is the next one?
Or the date of application is before 4th April 2030. They were granted permission as a skilled worker under the rules in place before 4th April 2024. And they have continuous permission as a skilled worker since then, except that where paragraph 39E applies, that period of overstaying will be disregarded.
So the two classes of people who have been taken from A to E are one, people on the health and care route, and also people who were already on any of the routes before 4th of April 2024. But on the 4th of April 2030, that transition provision will go. And that is
Okay.
why they use the explanation that or the date of application is before 4th of April 2030. Somebody says, but we're in 2024. Why are you thinking about 2030? It means from 2030, this will go away. So what does this mean? What it means is that for care and skilled care and health workers and or everybody else who's not healthcare who was already on the route before the 4th of April, the A to E will not apply to them. They do not have to earn between 38,700 or the lower rate of 30,200. Let's look at the C. Kweku, what does the C say?
The C says an applicant can only be awarded points from option K if they are being sponsored for a job in an appropriate eligible SOC 2020 occupation code listed in Table 3 of Appendix Skilled Occupations.
So Table K is for people who are working, one, in the NHS, and two, are working in the educational sector. So when you hear option K, please, it doesn't apply to you unless you're working in the NHS or you're working in education. Kweku, if we pause here, I think it's a bit clearer, but I'm going to ask Adai to go on to the eligibility. Adai, let's go to SW 3.1. Let's go to the top. Now, Kweku, read 3.1 for us.
A person seeking to come to the UK as a skilled worker must apply for and obtain entry clearance as a skilled worker before they arrive in the UK.
3.2.
A person applying for entry clearance as a skilled worker must, if appendix tuberculosis applies, provide a valid medical certificate confirming that they have undergone screening for active pulmonary tuberculosis and that this tuberculosis is not present in them.
And then we read 4.1 again.
4.1 says the applicant must be awarded 50 mandatory points from the table below. Details of how these points are awarded are set out in SW 5.1 to SW 7.4. The mandatory requirements, you need sponsorship, you need to have a job at an appropriate skill level, and you must have English language skills at level B1, that is intermediate.
Thank you. Adai, let's jump to 4.4. Let's go. Kweku, now our friends are going to show their head. You see A. What does A say, Kweku?
The applicant's salary equals or exceeds both 38,700 per year and the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
What does option B say?
The applicant has a PhD in a subject relevant to the job and their salary equals or exceeds both 34,830 per year and 90% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
Now, look at the income at A and B. Is there a drop?
Yes. There's a drop of almost 4,000.
Okay. Now, do they earn the same points? So
20 points, yes.
Level is 20. So you see, the income is dropped. They've applied for the same job, but the difference between the first one is that option B has a PhD in a subject which is relevant to the job. Let's go to C.
The applicant has a PhD in a STEM subject relevant to the job, and their salary equals or exceeds both 30,960 per year and 80% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
Again, the salary is dropped,
Yes.
but they get the
The
same.
difference here is PhD in STEM. So it means that they kind of looking for expertise in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, isn't it?
Absolutely. Let's go to D.
D says the applicant is being sponsored for a job on the immigration salary list, and their salary equals or exceed both 30,960 per year and the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code. And that ends 20 points.
And then they get 20%, 20 points. Let's pause there. Kweku, read D for me again.
The applicant is being sponsored for a job on the immigration salary list, and their salary equals or exceeds both 30,960 pounds per year and the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
Now, what this tells you is that apart from health and care, every occupation on the immigration salary list must earn, Kweku, what must they earn?
30,960.
And this is what I say are the very difficult salary threshold for our people. But let's go to F. Let's see whether that will soften the blow a bit.
The applicant's salary equals or exceeds both 29,000 pounds per year and the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
Okay, so I did say from A, B, C, D, and E. So you see the E is how much? 30,960.
960.
And that's 70% of the
going rate.
Of the going rate. But when we look at when we look at C, C is also 80%, isn't it?
Yes.
But D is 70%. Sorry, E is 70%.
70%, yeah.
But the salary is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Kweku, have you seen?
Yeah. And that ends 20 points as well.
Okay, and that is why the C is such a critical occupation for the UK. So they've put a lot of emphasis
on that, yeah.
STEM. And then those occupations which are on the salary list are also very dear to the UK. And that is why, although they are only 80%, even the one that has been reduced to 70%, the salary is the same as the occupation on the salary list. Now, if we pause here, we haven't done justice. Let's go to the next option. Adai, let's go. H is what?
The applicant has a PhD in a STEM subject relevant to the job, and their salary equals or exceeds both 23,200 per year and 80% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
And you see that that salary is dropped. Where is it?
It's dropped,
to?
yeah.
26,100.
Then it's gone down to 23,200.
23,200. And that is the, let's read the F, yes, and the G and the H. Now you see there's something common between the F, G, and H. Now, the F, all they said is that the applicant's salary equals to or exceed 29,000. The G, the applicant has a PhD. The H, the applicant has a PhD. The difference between F, G, and H is that F is on the salary list. Oh, sorry, I is on the salary list. The F is a normal one for all those who have already applied to be on the skilled route before the 4th of April. So when you look at from F to J, let's look at J.
The applicant is a new entrant at the start of their career, and their salary equals or exceeds both 23,200 per year and 70% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code.
And Kweku, you see why I say that the care route is so complex that those people who are issuing COA now, if they are not careful, they will not comply with the law. Now, you see that the skills route is here, the immigration salary list. When you look at the immigration salary list and you look at the new entrant, the pay is the same, 23.2, 23.2. And you look at K, the pay is the same. The simple explanation is that from F to K are people who are already on the route or in the route by the 4th of April.
Okay.
Ada, if you take this off and bring the other one, I will explain further why this is critical. So let's go to the bottom. Go back, go to the top. Go to the top. Okay. Now, let's lose the hyperlink on the right. Go down a bit. Go down. Go down a bit. You just go down. Okay, pause there. Now, click on the immigration salary list. Let's look at the salary list. Okay?
Okay.
These are there. They are, I think, 21 or 22 in number. When you go to the bottom, the last one, let's go to the last one on the list. No, last one on the list. Last one. Okay. Oh, go to 6135. Now, you see, what does it say, Kweku?
Care workers and home carers. All jobs except jobs with a working location in England are only eligible in this SOC 2020 Occupation Code, where the sponsor holds registration with the Care Quality Commission and is currently carrying on a regulated activity. Private households or individuals other than sole traders sponsoring someone to work for their business cannot sponsor skilled worker applicants.
Okay. And then when we look at the senior worker, but let's go to, Ada, we're going to go to the top from there. So let's go to the next one above this. No, you've gone too far. I'm doing something because our community is paused.
5319.
What is it?
Construction and building trades not elsewhere classified. Only
And then
retrofitters.
The one before?
Carpenters and joiners, all jobs.
And then the one before?
Roofers, roof tilers, and slaters, all jobs.
And
bricklayers, all jobs. Okay. Stonemasons and related trades, all jobs.
Okay. Now let's pause there. So for our community, you will see that a lot of the area is gone. Plastering is gone. Some of the areas that we use for construction, that one is also gone. Painters is gone. So we are left with one, construction and building trade not elsewhere classified, which is a 5139. Now, before you say I'm going to put plasterers there, please go to SOC on the ONS website and check what 5319 is, and you will see that plasterers do not come under. Carpenters and joiners are there. Roofers and roof tilers and slate jobs are there. Yes? But what is not there is just tilers. Okay? We used to have tilers, not roof tilers. So this one is specific. Roof tilers and slaters. That is there. Bricklayers is there. Carpenters is there. All the rest have been taken away. So as a community, we should be mindful that when we take the standard occupation codes and we take the salary list, only 21 of the old 50 is there. So when you're filling your forms and they ask you, confirm that this is on the shortage occupation or the salary list, your answer should be very, very careful. Adai, I think we can take it off now, and then I'll make my submissions. So, Kweku,
yes,
what is significant from this is that from the 4th of April, most occupations is 38,700. Most occupations.
Okay.
If you want to do the deductions, you have to fit them either on a B, a C, a D, or a E. If the person was already a skilled worker, then you have to fit them from F to J. If the person is working in the NHS, then they have to go on the K. And that is my submission.
Well, I will ask this very interesting question. I think somebody posed it to me yesterday, that if I have a hairdressing salon, for instance, and I would want to employ somebody from outside because the plates we do, the cornrows we do for our women and everything is a specialist area, if it is. Can such a person employ somebody from outside? And would they have to meet something or meet the A and a bit of the others before E?
So from what we've said, they have to earn under A, PhD in hairdressing and cornrow, I don't know. STEM in hairdressing and cornrow, I don't know. We know it's not a skilled, salary skilled, and the person can be 26 and under. The only time their income will reduce from 38,700 to 30,960 is if they are under 26. Else, you have to pay them 38,700.
Okay. So if you are in doubt, as I keep saying, ask the experts. BWF solicitors specialized in this, and the senior partner has demonstrated that they've taken their time to go through the new routes and the regulations and provided you with the challenges that there are and also the opportunities that there are. There's one thing I can tell you to remember, that if you've made an application or on the route before the 4th of April 2030, and after 4th of April 2024, there is a caveat there, and there's something that you can take advantage of. If you have any questions, 0208-493-7340. Call BWF Solicitors. You can text and even call the emergency number 077-127-61884. We have had a long, technical, and very long-winding discussion, but Uncle Ben has simplified it so very well. So we're taking a break, asking him to just grab a bottle or a cup of water, cool down, and we'll be ready for your questions and answers. We're live on BWTV, live on BWF Solicitors Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media platforms. And the program is The Community and the Law. I'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Thank you very much, BWF solicitors. Thank you to you out there. I can see the interaction and various activities on the Facebook page and YouTube pages as well. So keep the comments coming. Like the page, share the page, and also click on the notification button so that anytime we put content on, you'll be notified and you'll not miss out. But if you have missed out on anything, our content is there forever. So visit BWF Solicitors on Facebook, BWF Solicitors on YouTube, and you can catch up with whatever we've put out. There are several videos there, several videos that will enhance your wealth of knowledge, and you will be so confident in doing so many things. But I'll still continue to give you my piece of advice. In case of any doubt, consult BWF Solicitors 0208 493 7340. Now, earlier in the week, we had our nugget, and let me read that again quickly because we're going to base our quiz on that. When contemplating visa application, or completing, visa applications, always ensure that the forms being submitted are the prescribed ones and that all mandatory sections are completed. In some instances, the application will be refused and your status may be affected, especially if your leave expired during the intervening period. The courts have also said that the cover letter supporting the application should explain what application is being made. If in doubt, as I always say, consult the expert. And I recommend BWF Solicitor 0208 493 7340. Now, based on that, let me ask you a question. I'll pose a scenario and get you to look at that. Diana, the parent of an autistic child, applied for leave to remain as a parent under the 10-year route. His visa expired while application was still under consideration by the Home Office. The Home Office rejected the application forms because she had completed the wrong one. She eventually completed the prescribed forms, but by the time it was done, her visa had expired for 3 months and 2 days. 3 months, 2 days. What should Diana do so that this does not affect her indefinite leave to remain? Diana, a parent of an autistic child, applied for leave to remain as a parent under the 10-year route. His visa expired while his application was still under consideration by the Home Office. The Home Office rejected the application forms because she had completed the wrong one. She eventually completed the prescribed forms, but by the time her visa had expired for 3 months and 2 days. What should Diana do? 1, explain that she did not know the forms. 2, explain that she had an autistic child. 3, she should explain that she made the application on time, and Section 39E protects it. Now, think about these. We'll come back to that, but let me announce the phone line 0208 493 7345, 0208 493 7345, or 07399 208468. That's for text messages, and WhatsApp 07950422780. Now let's go on to the platforms. Uncle with your permission and indulgence, let's pick up some of the questions for you to help us with. Pastor Augustine Abuaji from PAM TV, PAM TV, thank you very much. You follow us so very well, and we also appreciate that most of your followers and viewers watch us on this program, and you put it on your platform as well. Thank you very much, Pastor Augustine Abuaji. Now, your question is, can a person with a business visa bring her children to school in the UK? If yes, what's the procedure? Uncle Ben, a friend is asking, if I come to the UK on a visitor's visa, can I bring my children from outside of the UK to come to school here?
Well, our visitors, the maximum time you can stay is 6 months. So why would you disrupt your child's school from another country, come for 6 months, disrupt the education again, and take them back? And we all know that if you're looking for primary school or secondary school for your children, sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 months before you find one. So my answer is that no.
Okay, but then I think I will ask a follow-up question to say that if I find a school for my children, I find say a boarding school, or I've got people who can be guidance to the child, can I sponsor them from where I am? So the school in the UK, for instance, secondary education.
Yes, you can. So education for children, obviously, can be your children can be sponsored in education in the UK, and it's one of the things that people do regularly. And if the child is under 13, one of the parents can come and stay here and look after the child. Yes.
Okay. 0208493735. Let's take a few of the comments from the platform as well. Himakosia, I received my settled status a few months ago and obtained my divorce certificate yesterday. Do I need to inform the Home Office about my divorce or not?
No, the Home Office does not have to run your private life for you. You don't have to inform them.
Okay. All right. Himakosia, that's it. Let's go to the phone lines. We have one of my friends there. Can you please go down on the volume of your computer? That lags a bit, and listen to me from the phone.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Please, I wanted to ask for a friend. She's a carer on a salary of 21,000 per annum. She recently got a job with the NHS Band 3, and then the entrance salary was 21,816. But the NHS were saying that because of the new immigration law of 4th of April, she cannot be sponsored because the qualification salary per annum for them to sponsor her is now 22,300 or so per annum. So I wanted to ask, what can she do about that? Is there a way to go about this? Or
has she got a job already?
Yeah, she's a carer with a different employer. So she recently got the job with the NHS. So she was hoping to switch employer, and that requires that she would have to be sponsored by the NHS.
Okay, Agaben.
Well, I'm not sure why the NHS says that they can't sponsor her. I mean, the salary for the NHS is what we call the option K, which is about 23,200. And some of the roles there have been protected, and that's why they've been put under option K. So really, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't see why there's a problem. I mean, you can speak to us, but if somebody says, I don't want to sponsor you, there's absolutely nothing you can do. Unless, of course, they don't understand what has happened. Because as you've seen, it is very complex. Okay, it's taking me from the 4th of April. What is today's date? Today is the 6th?
The 6th,
taking
yes.
me 2 days. 2 days, 3 devices at a time, almost 7 hours for me to understand exactly where we are, and that is why I've been able to impact knowledge to people. It's very, very complex. It's confusing. They've created so many transitional provisions because they want to protect the people here. But the new people are everyone that is coming new. It is A, B, C, D, E. If you don't fit under A, B, C, D, E, if you're new, then that's a problem. Then if you're old, then it starts from F to J. Then you will qualify. If you are with the NHS, it's K. If you put that knowledge in the 3 categories, each option A is 5, option B is 5, and then option C is 1. So A to E, F to J, and then K. If you put that knowledge in your head, last one is NHS, second one is those who are already here, the first one are the new people. You should have a solution to some of the complexities in the law.
So, in this situation, can this person speak to an expert like yourself and probably do a supporting letter to the NHS to say that this is what the new law says, and that if not that they don't want to sponsor the person, that's the interpretation, and they don't have to have any issue with it.
Yes, I don't have a problem. The question is that is this person already in the skilled worker route? If they are, then they can rely on F to J. Because you can see the F to J income is slightly lower. It goes as low as 23,200. So let's see. I mean, I had to mention 21,000 plus. If that is the case and they are switching, then just be mindful of the new rate. Okay.
Okay. All right. My good friend, if you don't mind, you could speak to BWF solicitors and they can help you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. 0208-493-7345. You can also call. But let's pick the comments from the platform as well whilst we wait for other people to be on the phone. Kataleya Kenisa Mali. Yes, thank you very much for staying. By the law, I need to know if I have the right to stop to pay my rent if I have an issue with my landlord. Uncle Ben.
No, please. Don't stop. So we did this 2 or 3 years ago, and what I said at the time, you can gather the evidence that you brought this to your landlord's notice, and if it's more than 4 or 5 times and they haven't done it, you can get in somebody to do an estimate, send the estimate to him, tell him if you don't come and do it within this time, I will do it and I'll take the money out of the rent. That you can get away with.
Okay, so my dear friend, I think she said she had another question. She had 2 questions. She was just this one. Okay, let's pick another one from any other person. Yes, Anita Chiwara. My sponsor license is expired and my visa expires on the 15th of April 2024. Lawyer, what should I do?
Well, if your sponsor license is expired, I'm not sure. If you say your sponsor license, are you the employer? If you are an employer, why are you talking about a visa? Are you saying your employer's license has expired? And if the employer's license has expired, your visa is automatically curtailed, and you usually have 60 days from the date the license expired. But we may need further clarification. If you say my sponsor license is expired, sponsor license is only for people who are the employers. If you say your sponsorship is expired, then your visa clearly, it's no longer valid because the person who's sponsoring you has either cancelled or stopped your sponsorship. It means that you will have 60 days and you need to act quickly. The way to know whether your visa is still valid is to go online and do what we call the share code and check. Everybody who has an account will be able to do the share code. If you go online, you'll be able to do this. Okay?
Okay. All right. Still on the we have a few other questions. Let's pick them up. Michael says, asking for a friend who is a carer with a different employer with a salary of £21,108 per annum. She recently got a job at NHS Band 3 as a donor carer with an entrance salary of £22,816 per annum. The NHS recruitment said they can't give her sponsorship because she doesn't meet a new salary threshold. I think this is the one we had Uncle Ben answer. Is there any way around it? Probably, as I said to our previous caller, please come over and speak to Uncle Ben. I think that would help. So, Michael, please tell your friend to call 0208-493-7340 or 077-127-61884. Next one. What is the charity COS about, and how long for the visa, or how long is the visa for it, please?
Well, the charity COS is normally for 2 years. So you can do a maximum of 2 years. The charity is usually for churches and for certain organizations who already have arrangements with the Home Office. So we're doing several for several churches. Last year we did about 4. This year already we're doing about 6 for churches, usually for churches. Within that charity, there's a minister of religion and then the charity. So that one too you can do for the minister of religion. But it's basically for people to work without remuneration, except that you give them allowance. And then they can stay as long as 2 years.
Okay, all right, thank you. Stephen Frank, okay, Anita says, thank you very much. Yes, it's my employer's license. It's good to know that I have 60 days. Yes, that's the benefit of this program. So keep tuning in and don't go away. Stay till we finish and come back next week as well and share the page so others will have the same benefit you have had. 0208-493-7340. I'm the main applicant of the skilled worker care route. My employer's license has been revoked. I haven't gotten a letter from the Home Office as yet, but my employer has informed me that their license has been revoked. If a citizen wants to marry me, can I divorce my husband and remarry the citizen? Oh my days. That's that's a moral question. I don't know whether Akuben will be able to answer, but I'll still throw it at you.
Well, Kweku, I mean, if somebody has met a new partner and they want to marry, nothing stops them.
Well, student line, somebody is asking for 0208 493 7345. 0208 493 7345. Don Kelly, thank you for staying on with us. Can they extend their visa after 2 years? And that's Grace asking a follow-up question. Somebody wants Uncle Ben's number. I have given it. The office number is 0208 493 7340 or the emergency 077 127 61884. Uncle Ben, let's look at this scenario. For instance, I have started a PhD course outside of the UK. Then I get an opportunity to top it up here in the UK. And then it's in one of the STEM areas. When I complete the course, would I be eligible to apply for a job and also enjoy these opportunities that the new care, the skilled worker route has brought?
Yes, if you've got a relevant PhD and it's a PhD which is acceptable in England, yes, you can use it for any of the jobs, and then you get a discount from 90%, 80%.
Okay, all right. Let's pick up some more questions on the platform. Charles says, lawyer, please, my sister was refused a visit visa about 5 years ago, and she wants to apply for skilled worker. That is the care route. Now, please, she wants to know how to retrieve the reasons for the refusal from the Home Office.
So your sister can do a SAL, which is a subject access request. You go online and say Home Office SAL. It will bring a form. She will need a copy of a passport which has been certified with a photograph to say the photograph is a true likeness, and then she will need a proof of address, and then they will send it to her by email.
Okay. Somebody is giving shout outs, that's what I should say, to BWF, Uncle Ben, and Madam Cynthia. Madam Cynthia Brown is the mother of the house, and when it comes to everything admin and general management of BWF solicitors, obviously. FK, thank you very much for acknowledging that. Madam Cynthia Brown, thank you, congratulations. And to Uncle Ben, congratulations as well. And to all the staff of BWF solicitors, I want to say thank you very much for your dedication and, of course, your commitment to helping the community. 0208-493-7345. Now, I'll ask the question again. I'll put the quiz question on again, and then we'll look at that, then come back to pick up some of your comments and questions. Diana, the parent of an autistic child, applied for leave to remain as a parent on the 10-year route. His visa expired while her application was still under consideration by the Home Office. The Home Office rejected her application forms because she had completed the wrong one. She eventually completed the prescribed forms, but by that time, her visa had expired for 3 months and 2 days. What should Diana do so that this doesn't affect her indefinite leave to remain? There are three options. Choose one. Explain that she did not know the forms. Explain that she had an autistic child. She should explain that she made her application on time and Section 39E protects her. What will your answer be? Think about that. We're taking another quick break and saying thank you to BWF solicitors. When we come back, we'll still pick up some questions on the phone from the platform and, of course, from WhatsApp and text messages. We'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Welcome back and thank you for staying. Now, for the benefit of those of you who may have joined the discussion in the middle or quite late, I'm going to ask if Uncle Ben could share with us the SOC list again, the new salary list that people would want to see if they can find themselves on there, and some of the technicalities that will be explained. We live on BWTV, we live on BWF Solicitors Facebook and YouTube, and we are doing this under the auspices of BWF Solicitors. Our guest and resource person this afternoon is a senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Bernard Owusu. Uncle Ben, we call him. Uncle Ben, could you help us look at the list again?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, before we look at the immigration salary list, Adai, share the one that I've shared with you just now. And then, okay. So I want you to go to, give me 1 second. Go to 6311. Okay, you go down. Just go down. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go up from there, right? Now, I want you to look at 6240. What does it say?
6240 says cleaning and housekeeping managers and supervisors.
Okay, let's go. I want you to look at 6232.
6232, scroll up. Yes, caretakers. Caretaker, concierge, janitor, porter, that is college, school premises manager, site manager for educational establishments. And that's
Now,
for
when you
extension
look on
only.
the right hand, when you look at the right hand, says extension only. So it means this has been taken off. And then we go to the next one. Let's go to 6222.
Beauticians and related occupations. Beautician, beauty therapist, nail technician, spa therapist, tattoo artist. And it says no.
Okay. So this have been taken off as well. Then let's go to the next one. Adai.
6221. Artistic director, hairdressing, barber, colorist, hairdressing, hair designer, hairstylist, hairdresser. No.
Okay. So all this have been taken off. Leisure and travel, taken off. Let's go to the next one. 6114.
6114. Child minders, babysitter, child minder, mother's help, nurse maid. Yes.
Okay. And then 6117.
Play workers.
You're there. You're on.
Play workers, after school club coordinator, play leader, play worker, school club leader. Yes.
Okay. And then let's look at 5131.
5131. Scroll down. Oops.
Sorry, 5432.
5432.
32, yes.
Bakers and flour confectioners. Okay, I can bake bread. Baker assistant, baker, bakery manager, cake decorator, confectioner. Yes.
And then 5431.
Butchers, butcher assistant, butchery manager, master butcher, slaughterman. Yes.
Okay. And then let's go
Akuman, let me ask a very funny question here, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Now I'm a butcher and I do something down the value chain. I roast and do kebab as well. Can I qualify under butcher?
Yes. So butchers, if you sell meat as butcher is defined under 5431. If somebody wants to know the job description under 5431, you go to the ONS website and look for SOC 5431. It will tell you the description. Every butcher you know is somebody who sells meat, chicken, and meat products. They are all butchers. So a butcher's assistant, a butchery manager, a master butcher, a slaughterman. So all those people who have been slaughtering goats and burning them in Ghana, you can apply for license to bring them. We're doing this for an exercise. We want to prove to you that it's not only care that you can get a license for. Okay, so let's go to 5330.
5330. Construction and building trade supervisors, builders foreman, construction foreman, construction supervisor, maintenance supervisor, site foreman. It says yes.
Okay, and then we've got 5323.
Painters and decorators.
Yes.
Artexer, French polisher, paper hanger, ship sprayer, wood stainer.
So all those people who have been spraying the basket, staining the basket, staining doors, door frame, you can bring all of them. And then we do 5322. This wasn't on the salaries list, but look at 5332.
5322. Floors and wall tilers, carpet fitter, ceramic tiler, flooring contractor, mosaic floor layer. Yes.
And then we did say plasterers have been taken off the salary list, but they are still here. What are they? 5321.
Plasterers, dry liners, fibrous plasterer, plasterer, plastering contractor. Yes.
And then we look at 5225.
5225. Okay, okay. You just gone back. No, 5225. Okay. Yes. Air conditioning and refrigeration installers and repairers. Air conditioning engineer, air conditioning fitter, refrigeration engineer, refrigeration technician, service engineer under refrigeration, and that's included.
So all those people who have been repairing fridges in Ghana, those by the roadside, including the people who come and repair your air conditioning, you can bring all of them. We're doing this for an exercise. 4216.
4216. 4216 says receptionist, dental receptionist, doctor's receptionist, medical receptionist, reception manager, receptionist, receptionist administrator. No.
But it says no. Now I want to show you that prior to 4th of April, all these people were on there. We didn't know, or the community didn't know. Everyone was concentrating on care.
On care route.
Let's go to 4215.
Personal assistants and other secretaries. Executive assistant, PA secretary, that's a personal assistant, a secretary, personal assistant, personal secretary, and secretary. So does it mean an admin secretary in general is included
Yes,
here?
Kweku. It means if you've got an office in the UK and you want a secretary or admin assistant from Ghana, you can get a license. Well, I'm trying to prove a point. I've intentionally selected this. We'll go into details over the coming weeks. I just want to show people that it's not all care and construction. It covers almost everything. And 4144. 4144.
4144 is not here.
Oh, sorry, 4141.
4141. Office managers, business support manager, office manager, practice manager, sales administration manager, sales office manager.
And then 4142.
4142. No, you gone past it. 4142. Office supervisors, administrative supervisor, clerical supervisor, facility supervisor, office supervisor.
So all those people who did not do it before 4th of April, you can't do it now, it's gone. But
It's
you
gone.
can see office managers are there. Customer service manager, 4143.
4143. After sales manager, call center manager, customer care manager, customer service manager, it's there.
And then 4151.
Sales
4151.
administrators, online sales assistant, marketing administrator, I think so, sales administrator, and sales coordinator.
Okay, 3417.
3417. Photographers, audio, visual, and broadcasting equipment operators. It comes into my world. Audio visual technician, cameraman, commercial drone pilot, digital imaging technician, lighting designer, photographer, projectionist, sound engineer, theater technician, that is entertainment. That is yes.
You can bring all of them. We'll do this for the last because time is gone. 3421.
3421. Interior designers, design consultant, interior design, interior decorator, interior stylist, kitchen designer. That's included.
Okay, and then the final one, 3414.
3414. Dancers and choreographers, ballet dancer, choreographer, dance coach, dancer, dance teacher. Yes.
Kweku, now we can, bring the curtain down. Now, the reason why we've done all this is so that people will remember that every conceivable area of profession is covered. Once you can make a business case, you will be given a license. Once you can make a vacancy case, you will be given a COS or defined certificate of sponsorship. And as we can see, it is very easy to get a license if you've got your act together, you've got a good business plan, you've got a business case, you've got a hierarchy, you've got a bank account, a PAYE, you've got insurance and lease, and above all, you've got the checks and the systems in place to make the checks. Kweku. So this is where we are.
Well, Daniela Che Mensa says, Uncle, I do not mean to be disrespectful here, but most of them can't pass their IELTS. And it's sad, or they will not need IELTS. Please advise. I think the question is more of, the table you showed us where the salary, English, and the other bits come up to about 50%. Are they tradable?
No, the only thing that is tradable is the income. So you need 20% for the sponsor, you need 20% for relevant skills, and you need 10% for English. If you don't have the English for that particular area, I'm afraid you cannot come. But I know what Daniela says. English in Ghana, most people will speak English, but what you have to remember is that the people that work for me, most of them are technical school graduates, and therefore they will pass this B1. They will pass it like something. It will be very easy for them.
Okay. I want to also mention that if you really need to get the IELTS passed, speak to KT Educational Consult Namayete will help you do that. I know, I think those of you who were on the program yesterday, she mentioned that she's had the opportunity of training somebody who couldn't speak there, but has had training. It took some time though, but the person has been able to qualify. So call 07956 620154, 07956 620154, or 07512 644 041. Speak to KT Education Consult and they'll help you prepare for English language and pass IELTS B1, B2 for skilled worker route, help and care worker route, and student visa applications, SELT A1, A2, B1, and B2 for immigration purposes, and all the rest of it. So speak to KT Namayeti will help you do that. And with that, we will go to the quiz and then see what answers you come up with. But I'll start with the question. Let me start with the nugget, because that gives a clue. And I also want you to go back to some of the discussions we have had a few weeks back, and you see where 39E comes in. When completing visa applications, always ensure that forms being submitted are the prescribed ones and that all mandatory sections are completed. In some instances, the application will be refused and your status may be affected, especially if your leave expired during the intervening period. The courts have also said that the cover letter supporting the application should explain what application is being made. I will say this and say again and repeat over and over again. If in doubt, always ask an expert. And I'll ask you to consult BWF solicitors because they are experts and they'll help you. 0208 493 7340, Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 6 p.m. or 077 127 61884. Now let's go back to our question and see what Diana is facing. Diana, the parent of an autistic child, applied for leave to remain as a parent under the 10-year route. His visa expired while the application was still under consideration by the Home Office. The Home Office rejected her application forms because she had completed the wrong one. She eventually completed the prescribed forms, but by that time, Her visa had expired for 3 months and 2 days. Question is, what should Diana do so that this does not affect her indefinite leave to remain? 1. Does she explain that she did not know the forms? 2. Does she explain that she had an autistic child? Or 3. She should explain that she made her application on time and Section 39E protects her. So keep working, keep going. Let's see what your answers will be on the platform. Send a text 0739920848 or send a WhatsApp 009504227780 or put your answer on the platform either on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll pick that right after this message saying thank you to BWF solicitors.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
So we're back and let's see what answers you have brought up. Charles Emery says, number 3, she should explain that she made her application on time and Section 39E protects her. Let's see what else we have. Grace Manson, number 3. Another answer we have. Is anybody bringing anything different? Tilly Duma says number 3. Okay. Gerald Akbat, number 2. Explain that she has an autistic child. Okay, now Gerald says number 2. Let's see what else we have on the platform. Don Kelly B, that is number 2. Explain that she has an autistic child. Who else is coming up with anything? Let's see what you have. After Don Kelly, let's see what else we have. Ademununkum says number 1. Ademununkum has changed the mind to number 2. Explain that she has an autistic child. Earlier on, your answer was what? Explain that she did not know the forms. Okay. So number 1, you change your mind to number 2. Okay. Ojaba Keche Efia, number 3. She should explain that she made her application on time and Section 39E protects her. Okay. Let's pick another one that we'll quickly go over to Uncle Ben because we're running out of time. What else do we have? Who else? Keep your answers coming through. Erajua says number 3 as the last one. She should explain that she made her application on time and Section 39E protects her. Uncle Ben.
Yes. very, very interesting set of factors. And, we sometimes don't realize how this can be very significant. So this is a build-up on last week's paragraph 39E, which acts as a shield instead of a sword. So making a valid application is crucial. If you look at paragraph 34 of the immigration rules, it says that a valid application is one that complies with all the requirements. Every section of the immigration rules starts with the application must be valid, making a valid application. Under the skilled route, it says making a valid application. When you go to paragraph 35, it then explains the consequences of not making a valid application. It says that where one has not made a valid application, the Home Office must reject the application. The significance of this is this. When you make an application in time, so you make it before your visa expires, even if it's a day before it expires, if it goes to the Home Office, even if it's on the day it expires, so it expires on the 6th of April, if you make the online application today on the 6th of April, you've made your application in time. But the validity of an application, if you look at it carefully, it includes using the prescribed form, completing all mandatory sections, paying the prescribed fee, enrolling your biometric, and providing a proof of ID. Under paragraph 34, 9, I think, the Home Office have said in certain circumstances, you can provide an alternative ID. So these are some of the reasons why an application can be rejected as invalid. And if an application is invalid, remember that when we say section 3C of the Immigration Act, that acts as a shield and as a sword. Because when you put in your application in time, even if it expires once at the Home Office, you are protected until the point that a decision is made. But if you make an invalid application and your visa expires once at the Home Office, the subsequent time or the post time that follows does not count towards your lawful residence, and clearly you would have overstayed. However, you will not know that you've made an invalid application until you're told. So the date that they inform you that this is an invalid application, that is when you start counting. So if your application was supposed to expire on the 1st of March, you made the application on the 28th of February, and then on the 30th of March, they wrote to you and said you've made an invalid application. The time from the 2nd of March to the 30th of March, the application would have been deemed to have been there lawfully. But from the date they rejected it, you are here unlawfully. And then we go back to section 39E. If you then make an application within 14 days, you have overstayed, but the overstay will be disregarded. However, it will not count as a lawful residence. It acts as a shield and not a sword. So we should go back to the nugget. The nugget comes with a different case law. The answer comes with a different case law, and that is intentional. So the nugget says when completing a visa application, always ensure that the forms being submitted are the prescribed ones and that all mandatory sections are completed. In some instances, the application will be refused and your status may be affected, especially if you have expired, if your leave expired during the intervening period. The courts have also said that a cover letter supporting the application should explain what application is being made. If in doubt, always speak to an expert. Case of Sidika versus entry clearance. In this case, she had made an entry clearance application for an EU SS and she completed an EEA application. She didn't send a cover letter, and therefore, in that case, the court said you made a wrong application. The time for you to make a family dependent application is expired. You cannot make that application, so you've lost everything. And then that is where they said that in certain cases, if the cover letter explains the application you're making, then under the rules of evidential flexibility, the Home Office may construe the application you've made to be what you've stated in the letter, although you've completed a wrong application form. Let's go to the question. Now, the question is, Diana, the parent of an autistic child, applied for leave to remain as a parent under the 10-year parenthood. Her visa, it says his visa, I think it should be her visa, expired while her application was still under consideration by the Home Office. The Home Office rejected her application forms because she had completed the wrong forms. She eventually completed the prescribed forms, but by that time, her visa had expired for 3 months and 2 days. So the argument here is that if she returned the application within 14 days, she would be covered under paragraph 39E. However, as the application expired with the Home Office for 3 months, and it took her 2 days to return the application, although she had overstayed, paragraph 39E will cover her. They said ignorance of the law is no excuse. The fact that she's got an autistic child is no excuse. She will have to write in and say, I'm returning my form, although I've overstayed. From the date of rejection to me submitting the application is less than 14 days, and therefore paragraph 39E protects me. I know it is a shield and it's not a sword, and therefore I want you to accept this as an application in place of the former one I did. And therefore the answer is 3. Thank you.
And the answer is 3, as Uncle Ben has said, when an in-time application is made, if the visa expires while the Home Office is considering the application, the applicant is protected by Section 3C, as Uncle Ben has already explained, that's Section 3C of the Immigration Act of 1971. When the wrong form is used, there are likely to be issues with the intervening period when the application is rejected. But Section 39E, as has been explained, can act as a shield, although not a sword. Well, tradition is tradition, so we will grant the senior partner, our boss, the chance to briefly explain the very technical, tactical, complex, and something he has really made very easy to understand this evening, the new skilled worker route. Uncle Ben.
So when you look at a new skilled route, there are 10 options. The 10 options plus 1 making 11. The 1 is a K, which I normally don't add in because that's for people working in the NHS and also working in education. So the 10 options are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. 10. There's K, but let's put K aside. If you are new on the skilled worker route, you have to come under A or B or C or D or E. You cannot go to F, you cannot go to G, you cannot go to H, you cannot go to I, you cannot go to J. If you're new, you can go to K. Working in the NHS and education, they have limited them, so they've created a special option for them. So the options are 10 plus 1. 1 is the NHS. New people, the first 5, A, B, C, D, E. When you look on A, B, C, D, it starts from 38,700, and on E, it is 30,960. So if you're employing someone new, they have to be that 30,960 if they are under 26 years or switching straight away from graduation. If not, PhD, skilled, salary skilled, or STEM. If not, 38,700. If they are already in the skilled migrant route, then they go to F, G, H, I, J. The minimum is 23,200. The maximum there, again, is 30,960. K, NHS education. All are government institutions. The government doesn't want to pay top dollar, so it's created a new option for you. It is called K. 10 plus 1 A, B, C, D to J. K, NHS Education. Thank you very much.
And with that, we come to the end of the whole story we have told this afternoon. Solid education. If you want more, I believe that you would want to come back again and join us on another edition of the Community and the Law. If in doubt, visit BWF Solicitors 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters, North London. EN15 4NP 0208 493 7340 is their telephone number, and the emergency number is 077 127 61884. On behalf of everybody that's been part of this program, I want to say a big thank you to Uncle Ben for having made time to be with us this afternoon to take us through such a difficult thing to really break down. But he's done it so very well. 10 plus 1, if anything, remember. And the new skilled worker route is posing some challenges, but there are several opportunities therein. It's shown as what there is on the list and what you can do as well. Again, visit BWF Solicitors and you get your answers. On behalf of my production team, Sheila Ankra, Padmo Dodu, and my studio technician and director, Professor Ade, and on behalf of everybody at BWF Solicitors, I want to say thank you so very much. And I'm inviting you to come back so we have another edition, same time next week. My name is Oreko Frimpong. Good evening.